What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Paradox, back at it again. Yeah, been a minute. Just wanted to chop it up with y'all, see what y'all been up to. Been a few days since my last update. As you know, still been out here on the job grind. Just wanted to give some updates. I mean, not a whole lot has changed. Been having a fair amount of interviews and whatnot the past week and a half, though. So I will say, at least for like the front end React roles for the quote unquote senior level and whatnot, things are starting to pick back up now, at least a little bit. But we'll see, man. Some of these companies, man, they be BSing. So I had an interview with a major bank. Yeah, are they a bank? Bank fintech company. I'm not going to say the name. I won't put them on blast. But a couple Fridays ago, I had the first round interview or whatever. That actually went really well, I thought. They told me, hey, we got another interview scheduled for you the following Monday, and you'll meet with the manager or whatnot, and he'll ask you some stuff, whatever. So, you know me, I'm prepping for the interview, all that. Monday comes, interview time's at like 1:30 or something. Log into the Zoom link, 1:30. Nobody there. Cool. Wait 15 minutes. Nothing. I email the person who scheduled the meetings and whatnot. Uh, Emailed them two different times. Matter of fact, I emailed them after I had waited 20 minutes. Never got a response that day. I emailed them 2 days later. Never got a response. Just goes to show, man, with these companies, like, it's funny because if you show up to an interview 15 minutes late, you're unprofessional. You basically disqualify yourself unless it's an emergency. But these companies, they don't show up at all, don't respond to emails, multiple emails, and it's all good when they do it. So, kind of funny to your boy, but the game is the game. Other than that, though, I had a couple other opportunities come my way, but I don't know what it is. Like, I'm getting a lot of these React jobs lately. I don't know if it's just at the, quote unquote senior level or whatever, but getting a lot of these basically contract gigs, which I'm fine with contract. That's cool. I could work with that. But a lot of them want you to like do everything from the ground up, meaning that I'm from a structured background where you're on an agile team, 2 week sprints. You got a scrum master, you got maybe two, three other front end devs, couple back end devs, whatever, a product owner, whatever. I'm getting a lot of these jobs coming around my way lately where it's like, hey, so you'll contract with us and basically we'll tell you, hey, we need this React app built. And you just build it from scratch. You build the entire tech stack. It's got to be scalable. You make all the decisions on what CSS framework you're going to use, you know, what state management you're going to use, if any. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it like that. Like, I've never really just made every single decision. It's always been by committee. But for whatever reason, I'm seeing an uptick on these kind of jobs where it's like, hey, we want somebody that can build an enterprise level React app from the ground up, and you completely own it. Just you. You don't have a team. Most of these jobs don't even they don't have 2 week sprints, which to me is kind of weird because I'm used to planning everything out. Every day you got tasks, you know what you're working on, very structured by the book. These are all like, yeah, you just build it and every day we'll ask for an update. No planning meetings, no none of that. So been kind of weird for me, but like I said, at this point, beggars can't really be choosers. But even a couple of those places, it's like places you'll interview with them, they're not in a rush to get back to you with a decision. I mean, it makes sense. They got all the power and whatnot. They not tripping. They making money. Right now, I don't have a job, so I'm trying to generate money. So it's kind of like I don't really just want to wait 2 weeks to hear back from you and you dragging your feet, but it is what it is. Other than that, though, I want to get on. I want to get on the topic of data structures and algorithms. This has been a real sore subject with me for quite a while, actually. I always thought DSAs and all that for front end developer roles in your typical web development was just overkill, not necessary. Be honest, I thought it was kind of stupid. I think my last video or the one before, I even talked about the whole hacker rank, leak code, questions, and all that. I still hate that. I still think it's dumb. I still think it's pointless because just because you can do a unique sort algorithm with a linear complexity and all this stuff, and that doesn't mean that you could make a React app that has global state and is correctly displaying data from an API and doing all this stuff and updating components properly and just all this sort of stuff. Like, just because you can do algos doesn't mean you'll be good at web development, and that's really what we essentially are doing is web development. But I will say I am seeing a little bit of benefit. So even 2 weeks ago, I'll be honest with you, I'd heard of a hash map and all that. I had no idea what the hell a hash map was, y'all. I've been coding since 2002, 3, back when I was like trying to be a Flash action script developer. I never had to do this algorithm stuff. It was a very niche kind of thing. Like, sure, if you're at Google, Amazon, Facebook, I could get why you need stuff like that because you're dealing with extremely large amounts of data, and I get why you need algorithms with that. But the moral of the story is I've just been doing like the leak code easy stuff, just learning like I said, like what a hash map is, just doing some just basic stuff like leak code easy for was that the two sum problem. And I have seen in a couple interviews I've had where they've asked me questions, and just having that kind of knowledge did sort of help me. So while I don't think you really need to know algos and stuff for anything you're going to do on the job, because I've never needed any of that stuff on the job, I guess at this point, if you're trying to get that job that's paying, a high level, like it seems to be pretty much over 110,000, 120,000, that's when these companies are going to throw the leak codes, the hacker ranks, and all this kind of crazy stuff to test you. And rather than fight it like I have been for years and years, I've been actually slowly learning this stuff. And I am seeing a benefit as far as being able to at least analyze a question and have a rough idea somewhat of what to do. 3 weeks ago, I would have had no idea. Didn't even know what the hell a hash map was. So even though I'm at a basic level right now, I'll say I guess DSAs are not a waste of time, if you will. Now, you're probably not going to use any of this on the job, but the point is, it's part of the game now. And at this point, if they say, if you want to get in the game and make this kind of money, these are the rules, you got to play. Either that or you do your own game, be a solo entrepreneur, that sort of a thing. So, like I said, as far as the DSAs go, I'm really starting to see kind of the benefit of learning this stuff, at least to get your foot in the door for these companies. How long will that actually be useful? I don't know. Honestly, the whole data structure and algos thing was probably more important 5, 6 years ago, before there were all these sites and tutorials like breaking it down, because kind of now everybody's sort of studying these algos. So what are you going to do? Just come up with increasingly more difficult algorithms? And I still think it's kind of dumb. I still prefer a natural conversation with a hiring manager or whoever's interviewing you, a technical person interviewing you, or my favorite, either live coding a project or building a project on your own time. That'd be my favorite. Just here's a project, we want you to build it 3 days, and you submit it to GitHub or something. That would be like my ideal kind of, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, I've been learning data structures and algorithms, been doing interviews. Things kind of look like they're picking up. So yeah, I'm chilling right now. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, get some good news. Coworkers been looking out for me and might know of a possible job opportunity, basically in the fintech space, doing something very, very similar to what my last job was. So, that's worth its weight in gold, is networking, who you know. So, yeah, just wanted to chop it up with y'all, see what y'all been up to. Appreciate all y'all for checking out my, YouTube videos. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. I just been on the grind, but today we kind of taking the day off, taking it easy, Got up early like 7:30 a.m. Played a hour and a half of full court basketball. I tell you that is early, but it's good though because I'm not naturally somebody who gets up early, and especially when you sit down all day, it's good to get out, get your blood flowing. All that kind of, at least for me, wakes me up. And if I don't like work out when I'm at my computer desk, I tend to be kind of fidgety because I got like energy I need to use on something, doing something. So for me, getting that stuff out the way like earlier in the day allows me to then just sit at the computer, relax, code, study, whatever. But yeah, other than that, I have been working on a small, I guess you'd call it like a personal little project that hopefully I can take to a SaaS. Tell y'all about it later once it gets a little bit more complete. I'm still kind of ironing out the kinks. Just finished basically the back end portion of it. Have a basic UI setup. It's uglier than hell, but I'm just going with an MVP right now. I just want basic. It just has to have that functionality. After the functionality is working, all that, we'll work on adding some kind of like, I don't know, CSS framework, maybe like, I don't know, Mantine component library, something like that. Something to make it look all nice and sleek and all that. But yeah, again, just want to chop it up with y'all. Hopefully y'all having a good Memorial Day. Like I said, the front end jobs slightly picking up, it looks like, but it's still rough out here. So again, I always tell folks, that's why you got to have a little nest egg saved up. I always tell people, they get their six-figure tech job, want to go out, get whatever maximum car they can get, or want to just go and cop a house right away. I don't really think you should do that until you have a certain amount saved up, because these jobs can be gone tomorrow. Like my boy, he's in Canada. Randomly Friday he went to work. They said, "Hey, we don't really have or business been slowing down. No need to come in at all next week and probably the week after." Yeah, it basically is a wrap. It's slow out here everywhere. So I always tell people like kind of plan that you could lose your job tomorrow. So I know people say, that's pessimistic and all that, but things is not promised. You gotta have yourself set up to where you're not living above your means or at your means. You gotta live below your means. Cause you could be one of these people, like I know people, if they were out of a job for 1 month, damn near about to go homeless. Like, I'm not trying to worry about that, bro. Like me right now, my last day of working was the day before May 1st, or was it May 1st? And I haven't been chilling, but I'm not stressing. I'm doing tutorials, I'm learning all that every day. Still go to the gym every day. I still basically work like 8 to 5 and still pretty much have my same routine. So, but a lot of people, depending on if they got a family that they got to take care of and they got an $800 car note, crazy mortgage, they be stressing right now. So that's why I always tell people, you got to have a plan. You got to have a backup. You got to have a little bit of a nest egg saved, because these tech jobs, you're not going to have these jobs forever. If you got a nice six-figure tech job, it could be gone tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, with that being said, that's really all I had today. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. Pool looking pretty packed at my apartment complex still. But I think I may go out there, chop it up with some of the residents, see what's going on. So with that, y'all have a good rest of the day and have a happy Memorial Day. Peace.